in our studio audience and will be watching from home have a chance to see everyone else's presentations tonight. So don't say anything stupid or incriminating. Also, we'll have you, if you're not giving your presentation, just so we don't have any background noise, go ahead and mute yourself. I have the list of people who were nominated. I'll pull up here. Normally, when we do officer elections, we will do by position. So we'd vote on the president after all the president nominations are given a chance to speak, and then go down the line. Obviously, we're not taking like election stuff at this point. So we'll just go through each position, have each person who's nominated and accepted give their take for that position. If you are running for a higher up position and also nominated for a lower position, you don't like have to say a separate speech for each one. Like if you're running for president and also you've been nominated for secretary, you're probably good with your first one, unless there's specific things you would like to say towards the secretary position. Does that make sense? So let me get the Wildlife Society. Okay. So we'll go ahead and start with president. So what we're expecting from this presentation, if you haven't already prepared one, is just give us an idea of why you think you're qualified for the position and why you're interested in running. A couple people sent me drafts of their presentation. It was fantastic, so I'm excited. So we'll go ahead and start with Megan Tenney.
Hello, I am Megan Tenney. I'm the current vice president / web historian. I'm running for president because I'm really excited to have another officer position and then, expand on the ideas that I had over this year and the ideas that I have for the next semesters. Definitely want to get a few things. So I actually want to start like a mammalogy camp in the fall and then like a bird camp in the spring. I definitely want to have more camping trips for everybody. I think that it sounded like it was a lot of fun, and I definitely want us to have some more bonding experiences. I get that, it's a weird word, but I just want everyone to feel included, and I really like the way that Alex was able to have like a lot of freshmen that stayed on and went to every single meeting, and that's what I really want for the next semesters. I guess I don't know. I don't know if I should go through all of my ideas or what, but even if we do have to do online classes, we'll definitely still have meetings. Like we can get like Zoom meetings together and have outside lecturers either attend the meeting or maybe even like record something and then share it with everyone, so that way we are still getting an education from the Wildlife Society. Really excited for the next year. I think that's all I have to say.
The only other person that was nominated for president was Connor Tracy, which, unless I can't see all the people that have joined.
He said he didn't want it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I feel that. So we'll go to vice president, which neither of them are in attendance. Although Lucas is going to have his sent out to us.
Who are the two other people?
Lucas Rott and Jake Pinnell.
Oh, I can't remember if Jake responded.
Okay. So we'll go to treasurer. The first one I have is Devin Johnson. I see Devin, not Kevin, is here.
I'm here. Am I good to start? All right. For anybody who doesn't know me, I'm Devin. I'm a sophomore here at WVU. Um, I really have enjoyed the past 2 years I have had at the Wildlife Society. I got to do a lot of really cool different trips and different events. And for that reason, I think it would be a really awesome experience to have a position, officer position with the Wildlife Society, and to further be more involved. As far as why I think I'm qualified to be the treasurer, I think a good treasurer comes down to two key functions, and that being financial budgeting and the planning of fundraiser type events and different events, just not fundraising events. I've always been pretty good with money. I like to set a weekly budget for myself personally. I'm always managing my money. It's something that always flowing in my head. So with the Wildlife Society, I would be dedicated to being on track of things, communicating with the other officers and seeing where that money needs to go or what we want to put the money towards. A lot of it comes down, I think, to just organization and planning what you want to do with the organization's money. And the second thing, and I think my strongest quality I can bring as a treasurer is fundraising. I have a previous history with planning fundraisers and events. A few years ago, I planned my own charity event. All the proceeds went to the Kayla Irene Daniels Cure for Cancer Foundation. They're a local little foundation that helps provide like the daily stuff you need for living for people struggling with cancer. Like like chemotherapy is very expensive. How they help people in the local area from where I'm originally from, near Youngstown, Ohio, help the families pay for those treatments. And so I formed an event all by myself. It's called Dribble for a Cause. It's basically just an event where you could just go and play basketball and you would get fundraise like sponsors to sponsor you to continuously play for many hours. And we did like a 3-point contest, free throw contest, a Chinese auction, concession stand. So I did that all myself. I went to my local school and got a hold of the school board and got approved for the venue. And I went around and gathered donations. I budgeted what I needed to get food for the concession stand. I marketed my event. I posted it on social medias. I made a Facebook for it. I made an Instagram for it. I got a hold of different people to see if they would help out in any way. And overall, we had a pretty successful event. We had like maybe 50 people show up, and we raised like $800, about $800 for the Kayla Irene Daniels Foundation. So I have an experience with planning events and planning fundraising, and I can definitely help the Wildlife Society in that regard as far as future fundraising events or our biggest one, which is our game dinner. I can help with planning different ways we can market that event and gathering more donations and the planning of that event and other future events for the society. I look forward for this coming year. I think it's going to be a good year, and hopefully I can become treasurer. Thank you.
All right. I think it'll be a good year too. Certainly, I don't think it can get any worse. So, all right. Next is Dominique.
Okay. Hi, my name is Dominique. I am currently a junior. I actually started out as an accounting major whenever I first came to WVU, which I realized was not for me. After I tried out a few other majors, I found my passion in wildlife and fisheries. With that being said, I became very involved in this club by attending meetings and taking advantage of the opportunities given. I would be a good candidate for this position because I have 2 years of assistant manager experience where I handled money. I also gained communication and leadership skills through working with student workers and other assistant managers. I want this position because I've been in this club for a year now and I want a more involved role. I would appreciate if you all would take me into consideration for treasurer. Thank you.
All right, next we have Sean.
Am I able to put a PowerPoint out? Like share a PowerPoint on screen?
Is it not letting you right now?
I'm sorry.
Is it not letting you right now?
Oh no, I was just wondering if that would be okay with host disabled attendee screen sharing.
Well, if
it's
I know how to enable it, I will. Give me a
I
second.
kind of had like a lighthearted PowerPoint that I didn't take it super seriously, but I thought it might be enjoyable for most people. So
All right, give it a shot now.
all right, let me pull it up. All right. Okay. So I'm Sean Keene. I transferred to WVU this year. I was previously at JMU. I'm currently I took a semester off, so I'm currently I will be a second semester junior next fall. So I was nominated for treasurer, which I was somewhat surprised about, and so I made this, like I said, light-hearted PowerPoint. I'm not trying to diminish the seriousness of the role, but I thought everybody could maybe use a laugh, or attempted at least. So why should I be treasurer? I have an excellent credit score, 850. I pay rent on the 21st on time, every time. You can ask my lady, Amy, the landlady. I don't have more than one credit card. I find it irresponsible. And also, I don't have a consistent income. I have insane networking skills. I'm close with Warren Buffett and men in that social circle. And I have jokes. What species of animal has the most money? Does anybody have a guess? Anybody? Well, I'll tell you. Deer, because they got a lot of dough. All right. Now, all right. Seriously, I think I spelled it. So I've had a lot of management positions in the past. Quartermaster of scouting, management positions and jobs. I do find myself very frugal, and I do want to help enable Wildlife Society to have the tools and resources it needs to be able to put on events like Megan was talking about. This was my first year in Wildlife Society. I found it, very enjoyable. I thought it gave a lot of credibility to the major. I thought, 'cause it's my first time at WVU, and it was disappointing that the game dinner was canceled. I was really hoping to showcase, what I could do to help the society as well as other people. But in the future, I really look forward to, finding ways to raise more money, to allow more people to go on more events, to have more events. And in return, I hope that brings more people to the meetings and allows more interest. So thank you.
You gonna introduce us to your friend there?
Oh, my girlfriend. Yeah, she's
Hi.
just, yeah.
Hello.
She says that she'd vote for me, so I don't know. I mean, if you guys don't know her that well, that's fine. But
Megan, do you have anything specifically you want to say about treasurer? Although you are currently running unopposed for president, so I don't think you need to say anything.
Yeah, you already heard my spiel, so just remember that.
Connor is not here. Did he accept it?
No.
Okay. That brings us to secretary. First is Megan Tenney, but we discussed that. Next is Laura.
Okay. Yeah, so my name is Laura and I'm a junior. This is the end of my first year in the Wildlife Society, and I think I do really well in the role of secretary. So I've been consistently involved with the Wildlife Society since I joined, and I also tried to, I guess, serve on the game dinner committee. While we were still in Morgantown, I fulfilled my role asking for donations throughout the community, and I'm also really active in Quiz Bowl. So with all of that taken into consideration, I feel like I'm ready to step up and take a bigger leadership role in this organization. I would like to help other students grow and eventually do the same. So yeah, as secretary, I'd really like to continue just what Danny's doing, keeping everyone informed through consistent emails. In addition to that, I also want to start taking meeting minutes to send out, just if anyone's unable to attend, to help keep them in the loop and informed with things that are going on. So that's my spiel. Thanks.
All right, next we have Sarah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Brown. I'm currently a freshman. So this was my first year in the Wildlife Society. But I think I was pretty active for my freshman year. I went to pretty much every meeting and took advantage of the events and trips that I could, which were really, really awesome. So thank you for being so welcoming, upperclassmen. I have leadership experience being a secretary of the National Honor Society in my high school, which was just my past school year. So in that, I have experience with communication through email and text weekly. I was in charge of attendance and scheduling meetings and events. So if I ever needed to do that, I know how to do that. And I took meeting minutes. So if I'd be willing to do that for this society as well. I was also the president of my ecology club in high school, so that involved a lot of outreach with the community and raising awareness for environmental issues, and we did a lot of service projects too, so I'd be excited to help implement any kind of service projects to like raise awareness on campus and not on campus, just whatever we end up doing, I'd be happy to help. And I also have some leadership experience that I will be partaking in at WVU. I'm training to be a peer mentor for the Honors College and an orientation leader, so I just get some more experience and I could get more involved with the students, try to get more people to join the society. And this organization has just been awesome. I'm very passionate about wildlife, and I want to help the club succeed in whatever way I can. And the officers were super supportive this year, very welcoming. So I want to pay that forward and do that for new members and current members and just make everyone feel welcome and important in the club. So I'd love if you considered me for secretary. Thank you.
All right. I see Wyatt has joined us. Hi, Wyatt. Okay, don't say hello. That's fine.
Hello. I couldn't find the button.
Thanks, Wyatt. We're moving on to the final position, web historian. Megan is a person that is nominated. Then is Peyton, which is not in attendance. So Laura, you're up again.
Sweet. Okay. So, I don't know. I don't have too much else to say, really. Just, I'd like to have a continuation of what Megan did, just keeping up to date with all of the social media that we're using, keeping club members informed about upcoming events and stuff through social media. And I really like the Quiz Bowl stuff that she's been doing, so I definitely want to keep that going. Maybe doing a continuation of the species spotlight that we do. If that's continued through the club, I definitely want to kind of continue that into Instagram or Facebook or whatever we're doing, just to keep people informed that aren't there. So Woohoo.
All right. So at that point, or at this point, that wraps us up for all of the nomination speeches. Like Danny said, Lucas for vice president will be sending his own little, I don't know if it's a presentation or a PowerPoint or whatever, but we'll be sending that out. There will be a link to this recording. If you want to refresh your memory from those that were in attendance, or I'm sure people have already been watching at this point in the future. But this is what we'll be basing our elections off of. We'll have the election link sent out, and oh, we have someone coming in late. So I'll stare at him. Hi, Colin. But yeah, I think we're done at this point, unless there's anything officers or candidates have to say before we finish up here.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, what?
If Lucas is running unopposed, should we just send the link out?
I would find out how AFS went if we have an idea of that, because if he's not eligible, then like if he got president, our bylaws wouldn't allow him to run or vice president.
Oh, I think he was going for VP over there.
I mean, if he's running unopposed, I don't really know. Yeah.
Go ahead and send it out. We'll deal with the repercussions later.
All right.
Cool. All right. Well, everyone have a safe weekend now.
Is this the last meeting for the semester?
I think
or
so.
Kind of a meeting, right?
Yeah, this was a special just for officer stuff because most of us are graduating. I am not, but I'm obviously not running. I will be an immediate past president type of role, helping out the new officers, especially since this end of the semester has kind of really sucked in terms of having meetings and stuff. But I don't foresee having another meeting. This was more just, preparing for next year.
Right.
But yeah, that's all I can think of. Everyone stay safe, have a good weekend, and don't catch the Rona. All right, bye.
Bye.